Hello, Brother Nash, how are you? Please post my story as anonymous. I am a sister in Christ. I do pray every time. Even where I stay, people, they know that I am a woman of prayer. But right now, all that I know, it is fear. From being a woman of prayer, I have become a woman of fear. And growing up, I was always told that one is not supposed to be afraid because fear is like a demon and I should not listen to demons. I have tried to chase away this demonic entity that has been troubling me and giving me fear in my heart, but I don't know what to do anymore. And this is why I have come here, so that other people can help me, can strengthen me, so that I can be able to continue praying and to resist the devil, even though there are a lot of things that are happening in my life. There are times when you feel that you can't go anymore, you can't pray anymore. I used to pray and I would even feel the satanic kingdom shaking. But when I pray right now, there are times when I can even hear a knock on the window. Yes, this has happened. Even when I was praying with my mother, we had a knock on the window. We called the pastor. When the pastor was driving, he had a terrible accident. As we are speaking right now, this pastor of ours, he suffers from a broken spinal cord. I don't know why he was targeted. And these things, they keep on happening. And I've been speaking with some people that come from foreign countries, and some of them, they are telling us that in their countries, when they are born, they are given some type of muti, so that if they are ever killed, the person that would have killed them is supposed to suffer. No matter what you do, you are going to suffer, unless if you go and if you speak with a sangoma, in which it is something that I do not want to do as a Christian, to go and visit a sangoma. Brother Nashi, I feel as if my prayers, they are not reaching God, and God has closed the windows of heaven. He does not even want to respond to me. I'm writing this to you because I am thinking about going to apply for a passport at the Home Affairs, because my in-laws, they have been forcing me. They want me to take this passport. They did not even listen to my plans. They said that we need to pack our bags, and I have to pack Junior's bags. Junior is my son, because we are supposed to be leaving for Mozambique before Easter. Everything has been arranged. They have already spoken with the family and they have threatened me. They have said to me, if anyone from the family is left behind, we are going to tell the Sangoma to send the tokoloshi to that person who would have refused to work with the entire family, so that this thing can be sorted out. And it's like right now, everyone in the family, they think that I am a cruel person, because the whole family is getting a lot of spiritual attacks. So they want to solve everything at once. Brother, my life was not like a horror movie like this. It was not as dark as it is right now. It was in 2019. My husband, whom I'll call Sipo, he was a hustling husband, that type of a guy who always had money but never had a steady job. I started dating him when I was in university. I was young and I was blinded by his money, by the gifts. He would drive even a Range Rover, and you will never think that he will steal from you. I did not know from the start that he was part of a car theft syndicate that operated between Joburg and Pretoria. All that I knew was that my husband, he was a hustler, he was consulting, he was doing some things in the mines. I did not know that he was a thief who could even steal cars. They would even bomb ATMs. All that I knew was that he provided for me, and I quickly fell pregnant for him, and Junior was born, and then he married me. Oh, that was a wonderful thing. We even had a very good wedding. It was a private ceremony. But what started to trouble me was that The moment that we got married, my husband still wanted to stay at his parents' house. So like I was now staying alone, pregnant in a beautiful apartment, but most of the times he would be staying with his parents. We even sat down as a family and discussed this, and they were asking him, why do you still want to stay with your parents when you are married? He was afraid that I will end up knowing that sometimes at night you have to wake up and they go and they rob people. Usually what they do is that they drive around and they go to these restaurants, those restaurants that close late at night. And if they see any car with a weak system, and then they start to follow either the couple or the woman, the man that will be driving that car. The moment that you will stop at a robot, they are already behind you, or they wait for you until you are getting into your driveway and they pull up their guns. Since it will be late at night, they can do whatever that they want and they take the vehicle. So they used to send these vehicles to neighboring countries where they had their customers. One night, I still remember, I'll just change the years, Brother Nashi, because I don't want other people who know me to know that this is me, because some of these things that are happening, it's like a secret that is happening in the family. He called a bolt through what he called a banner phone. So this was a phone that he would use, and he would deliberately walk around town so that it can be stolen from him. He was not looking for a ride. He was looking for a car to strip for parts. Something went wrong that night. I even knew that Sepo, he was going out with his friends to rob this bolt car and to steal the car, and then they would go to their chop shop where they had guys already that were waiting to strip the car so that by the next morning nothing would be left from that car, and they will sell the car parts whenever he did not have money. This is what he used to do. But something I think went wrong. Maybe the driver fought. I really do not know. But my husband, when he came back, he told me that he had killed someone. I was shocked by this, brother, that my husband had done such an evil, such a cruel thing. So when they were trying to hide their evidence, they drove with that guy whilst the Mozambican guy was still breathing, and they burned him in the car. They acted as if this man, he had been banned by a certain taxi association. But when they were burning the car, that was when they were chased by the police. My husband, he then escaped. But later on, because of the investigations, that was when he was caught. I'll say that my husband, he is in Sun City. When he gave his testimony, he said that he was sitting right behind the bolt driver, and he just used a sharpened screwdriver to end that man's life. Whilst he was holding him, and the others, they were telling him to stop down, so that Mozambican, he did not stop. He kept on driving, thinking that he was going to be able to fight with these guys, but he did not know that these men, whenever they were at work, they will do what they would have said that they are going to do. So my husband, he is in prison. He is serving 35 years for murder and armed robbery. When he went in, Brother Nashi, I cried until I had no tears left. I joined a new church. I got baptized. I asked God to wash away the sins of my house. I thought that because my husband had been arrested, there was nothing else that was going to happen. I got a job. I have been raising my son, Junior, to be a child of God. I told myself that the sins of the father will never touch my child, because we are covered by the blood of Jesus. But Brother Nashi, I am learning the hard way that there is a difference between heavenly forgiveness and some of the weird things that happen in this world. It was in early 2023, the peace in the family died. One night at 8 p.m., I woke up and I felt as if the house was smelling like sewage. So I thought that maybe there was a pipe that was broken. I even took a flashlight and I looked at the pipe and I did not see anything from the outside. I don't know what kind of a spirit had entered into my heart that made me not to be afraid of walking alone in the dark. Yo, brother, when I got back inside, that was when I got the shock. I saw a Mozambican guy that was sitting. I just knew that he was a Mozambican guy that was sitting in my living room. He was just looking at me. Then he just disappeared. When I saw this man, it was a shadow, not a real human being. What surprised me, brother, was that I woke up the next morning at 5 a.m. When I woke up, I found myself, I was on the floor and I had a blanket as if there was someone that had made me to sleep on the floor and covered me with a blanket. I then called my mom. My mom then told me that my in-law had called her and she was crying. And I said, what has happened? Then my mom told me that my sister-in-law, she had lost a child. The child had died in his sleep. This was very strange. We went to the funeral and things started happening at that funeral. I heard that there were some people that saw a man that was being burned, like they were just seeing visions of a man that was being burned. And as a family, we sat down and we discussed about this issue. And those that are the elderly people in the family, they said that we need to go to a sangoma. I said I can't go to a sangoma because now I am a child of Jesus Christ. So they went there and they were told that my husband, he murdered a person who was given mutim when he was still young. If anyone would kill him, he would wake up as a ghost to haunt that family to even finish the entire generation within a couple of years. My son started changing after the people went to the Sangoma. My child was developing very well, but all of a sudden, my son then stopped communicating. He can't speak anymore, and it is just terrible. There are times, brother, when my son, when he thinks about screaming, I can even hide in my bedroom, then I can start to cry because when he screams, you can see that maybe the boy, he is like possessed with the way that he will be screaming. It is so painful, Brother Nashi, to witness my son who had so much potential. Even when I gave birth to him, his APCA score, it was so nice. I was even proud of my son. But right now, it is so sad, the things that is happening to my son. And I suspect that my son might be having problems with his joints in the knees because he says that when he walks, he feels so much pain. And right now, my son, he only speaks through sign language. He'll just be pointing at his joints and making you to rub his joints. And it is because of the pain. When I went to the hospital, they told me that it is his own way of telling you that he is in pain. My son is always being given antibiotics now and then. He keeps on having so many infections. And when I speak with my in-laws, they are saying that we have to go together so that we can sort out the whole thing as a family. I called my pastor. My pastor has told me to fast. He has come to the house to cover the house with prayer. Even some of the people from the church, they have prayed for me. But even if they pray for me, right now it is so scary to stay in my house because of some of the things that happen at night that I can't properly explain. You know, at night I can even hear a loud bang on the window. When I used to hear this sound before I would go and check what is going on, I would think that maybe it is an armed robber who is trying to get entrance into my house, and I stay in a gated community because of fear. When I would wake up, I would see that it is a bird that will be flying and then it would have hit the window and died. But if it is a bird, if I leave it, the next morning you won't find anything. I have dreams where I see myself in Mozambique. This is why I have come here, because I need advice. Whenever I think about going with my in-laws and with my son to Mozambique, I see myself in Mozambique. We are in the middle of a forest, and then I see my in-laws. They are digging up a grave like a shallow grave, and they put my son Junior in there, and then they say that this is the one that we have chosen. He is supposed to die so that the whole family won't continue to suffer. And I always wake up saying, no, 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 I do not want that to happen. I cover him in the blood of Jesus Christ. I have gone to my pastor who has told me that I am not supposed to go to Mozambique, because if I go to Mozambique, then all the prayers, because we have been praying for a long time, these prayers, they won't help me. But still, even though I have been praying so hard, Brother Nashi, it feels as if it is just the same, the way that I am suffering. I really do not even know what to do anymore. It is just that at work, I am the supervisor. There are times when I just lock myself in the office and I pretend to be on the phone, but I will be sleeping, because at night, if I sleep for about 3 or 4 hours, that night I'll say, Heaven, I thank you. When I go to bed, I sleep the first 30 minutes that I go to bed, then I wake up the rest of the night. Then I sleep from 4 a.m. to 5, then I wake up. So I'm only sleeping 1 hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours each and every night. And I even feel like me not having enough sleep, it is causing me to hallucinate, because I can even see things that are not supposed to be there. I just need advice, Brother Nashi. As a Christian, am I supposed to go to a Sangoma? As a Christian, is it allowed to go to a Sangoma with your in-laws, so that wherever that is troubling the family, it can be laid to rest? Because from the things that I have heard from other people, they have told me that if you kill someone from Mozambique, bad luck will always follow you, unless if you go and if you speak with the family. To speak with the family, I'm not saying that it is something that is bad. Where I am refusing, Brother Nashi, is I can't be taken to a Sangoma because it goes against my beliefs. And these people are saying that when we go to Mozambique, for us to speak with the spirit of this dead person, because we are supposed to speak with the spirit of the dead person, he is the one who is going to tell us everything that is supposed to be done. And the Sangoma is the one that is going to be in between the family and that person that was killed by my husband, so that we can know what is it that he wants, so that he can stop giving us trouble as a family. And I have been told that the more that I try to refuse, the more that this spirit will get angry at me. My son might not be able to walk after all if I continue to do this. Brother Nashi, I'll be following through in the comment section. I need advice from your listeners. If there is any South African who had their relative who murdered someone and then they ended up going to the country where that person came from to do these rituals, did you do it as a Christian? Did you do it simply because you were supposed to do it? And if you went there, when you returned back, was there something bad that happened to you? Are you still praying? Do you still feel close to God? Please tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to give her advice in the comment section. She is saying that as a Christian, she does not know what to do anymore. Your strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. I'll be back with another episode.